Hello everybody! In this video I'd like to talk about how to write a great for-and-against essay. Let's get started. First of all, let's see what for-and-against essays are. This is an essay in which a topic is considered from opposing points of view. You are required to present both sides in a fair way by discussing them objectively and in equal detail. There are some points that you have to consider. Before starting, make a list of points for and against about the topic that you would like to write about. There are some useful expressions linking words and phrases that you can use in your writing. It becomes boring when you use one of them every time. That's why try to add some more variety to your writing. To make contrasting points, you can use however, although, nevertheless, even though, on the one hand, on the other hand, in contrast. To add some more points, to add some more details to the same topic, you can use moreover, furthermore, in addition to, besides, as well as, also. To express cause, because of, since, due to, you can use these expressions in order to to express causes. And if you express causes in your essay, you have to express results, effects of them. In this case, you can use so, therefore, as a result, as a consequence, for this reason, that is why. A good for and against essay should have an introduction, should have a main body, and a conclusion. Let's see them one by one. In introduction, in introduction, you should write, you should state the topic to be discussed without giving your opinion. There are four techniques to start your essay. They are: make reference to a strange scene or a situation, address a reader directly, ask a rhetorical question, start with a quotation. Here given an example for introduction. The topic is live in a house or an apartment. Many people nowadays face a difficult decision when they buy their own home. The question is whether they should buy a house or an apartment. There would seem to be clear benefits and drawbacks to both options. You see, there is no opinion, it's just given generally. So let's move to main body paragraph. In the main body paragraph, there might be two or more paragraphs. In each of them should be a topic sentence, which introduces or summarizes the main idea of the whole paragraph. A topic sentence should be followed by supporting sentences, which justify the main idea in the topic sentence by giving examples or reasons. You should use linking words and phrases in order to make it more clear. So, next paragraph, this is arguments for. In this paragraph, you should write about advantages of the topic along with your justifications. And to list advantages, you can use expressions like one of the main advantages of, on the one hand, a further advantages, one point of view in favor of. And let's see one example for main body. Perhaps the major advantage of living in a house is the issue of privacy. Typically, there is more opportunity for peace and quiet if you live in a house. This is particularly the case if it is a detached house. Other significant advantages are that houses are generally more spacious and on the whole have gardens. This is especially important if there is a family, so that the children can have a safe environment to play in. If, however, you live in a tower block, then the children may have to play outside on the pavement. Next paragraph, this is arguments against. In this paragraph, you should write about disadvantages of the topic. And to list disadvantages, you can use such expressions as one of the main disadvantages of, on the other hand, however, in spite of, while, nevertheless, despite, even though, it can be argued that. And here given an example. There are, of course, negative aspects to living in houses. The greatest of these is that they tend to be more expensive to purchase and to maintain. Indeed, a large majority of people choose to live in apartments because they cannot afford the mortgage to buy a house. Another possible problem is that there are fewer houses in cities than the countryside. So, if you like urban life, it may be preferable to live in an apartment. A second reason to avoid living in a house is that there is a greater sense of community to live in an apartment. So, the last paragraph, this is a closing paragraph. In conclusion, you should state your opinion, or you should give a balanced consideration of the topic, and you can use the one of these techniques in order to end your essay. State a personal opinion, give the reader something to consider, end with a quotation, or end with a rhetorical question. Also, an example for conclusion. My conclusion would be that this is a well-balanced issue. There are probably an equal number of pros and cons to making either choice. Ultimately, whether you decide to live in a cottage in the countryside or a duplex in the city depends on your own personality, family, and financial circumstances. Now, dears, you are ready to write your own for and against essay. Always remember to proofread your essay, to check for mistakes. And here given the question that you can ask yourself. Thank you very much. That's it. Goodbye.